Now, from the home of golf, EA Sports, so proud to welcome you to the old course at St. Andrews. Alongside Frank Navalo, I'm Rich Lerner. And Frank, here we are at the old lady, the old course at St. Andrews. And this golf course has confounded so many through the centuries. What are a couple of keys to being successful here?
Well, if you're a recreational player and you're struggling a bit, then you play to the middle of the golf course. But if you really want to challenge the great course, then the best line around the whole golf course is down the right. And that's actually where the trouble is. So if you can hug the right side, because remember there's so many double greens here and they have a central bunker. So if you're coming from the right side of the golf course, there's always a better avenue to every single flag you're attacking.
Just what you want to start your day. That's in the fairway and a nice way to get out of the box. So after the big drive, this, a short approach to the par 4. And that's going to leave some work, but it'll end up okay. This will be a 14-foot putt here. Ah, yes, very well read. To 100 now for the day. Trying to get the round off to a good start. Frank, we're at the second hole, and what's ahead?
Well, the ideal tee shot, just a little over that gorse bush in front of you, which is down the right side. That's the best angle in, but it also brings in a little bit of trouble. But if that pin is anywhere towards the middle of this double green, then really you want to be coming in from the right side.
And this round starting off strong after the birdie at the first. This in the fairway at number 2. Second shot coming up. Let's check in for the first time with Nota Begay III.
150 yards to the hole. Pin sitting on the left half of the green.
Well, she should be happy with that shot. Good chance for birdie, inside 20 feet.
Nah, the pace was okay, but that needed to be started a bit further out to the right. So close to a birdie, but she'll be left shaking her head as she finishes that for a par. At the third hole now, Frank, it looks relatively easy, but you know there's some danger lurking somewhere out there on the old course.
There is. There's the pot bunkers down the right side. This is a tee where really you want to have an idea where that wind is coming from. If it's into your face, you might want to be a little cautious and go towards the middle of the golf course. But if it's behind you, well, then it's worth challenging that right side.
Just what you want at this point in the round. You're trying to find a rhythm, hit fairways, hit the middle of the club face. That's what they did right there. Second shot coming up, just 97 yards left to the flagstick.
That's a good shot, and more importantly too, a green in regulation, so birdie chance.
Not a problem. That's in for birdie. And that score moves to 2 under par. Moving now to the par 4 fourth, measuring 419 yards. 2 ways to attack here. The riskier drive is toward the narrow valley on the right, while the safer play is to aim for the plateau on the left. And this will work nicely, just right of center, and that'll be fine. Second shot, good look at the green.
That's a really solid shot. Smack bang into the middle of the green. She should be happy.
Now this for birdie.
This is a very straight putt, but it will be fast. So you got to be careful not to run this by if it wanders offline.
That is crafty right there. A beautiful putt, and the result is a birdie. We come now to the fifth, the first par 5 on the front side here at St. Andrews. 514-yard hole that ends at a green that is 100 yards deep. Avoid the Seven Sisters bunkers off the tee, and reaching into is a possibility if the weather cooperates. And this, a tee shot that fits the eye, and that'll be just fine. Well, that one had to feel good.
Yeah, it struck it so well. You could see that by the reaction of that ball when it hit the green. Landed so softly.
Should make this about 80% of the time. It's for birdie. Ah, yes, well done. It's birdie to move to 4 under now on the day. Now at the 6th, not a particularly long hole, Frank, par 4.
Yeah, semi-blind tee shot. You've got an idea where you want to hit, but there's a series of 3 bunkers. They're called the coffins. down the left side, as well as some pop bunkers down the right, so this requires a very accurate tee shot.
Everything flowing really well right now. Coming off 3 birdies in a row. Here's another solid tee shot as well. Second shot forthcoming from the left side of this fairway. This is looking really good.
She got a great swing. I mean, I really like that golf swing, and I love that shot too. Inside 10 feet.
Oh, this could be the start of something special. Coming off birdies at 4 and 5. Here's a third in a row at number 6. Now, 7th hole here at the old course, Frank.
Ideal line, just hit your tee shot over the march stone. The bunker on the 11th green actually often comes into play, called the shell bunker. So anything a little bit right of that, but very difficult green for the approach shot coming up. That got a fortunate bounce. It'll be just fine.
115 yards.
That ball was always heading a little bit right, but inside 10 feet, there's nothing wrong with that on this hole.
Now this for another birdie. Yes, very methodically done, and that one in for a birdie. The 8th hole at 166 yards is not long, but you can see it has that bunker guarding the front of the green. If you do not clear that, you're in a world of trouble. Wow, that is about all you can say there. Expertly judged. So this has been an absolute clinic, and that nearly the capper with a hole-in-one, but instead it is just a tap-in birdie. We finish our front 9 here at St. Andrews with the drivable 347-yard par 4 9. Biggest trouble here are Bose's and end hole bunkers in the middle of the fairway. Avoid those, and birdie or even eagle is a possibility. boy, just machine-like right now. 6 birdies in a row, and now another tee shot in the fairway. This one has a chance to be close.
I love it when the balls hit the right distance, just a little bit to the right, inside 10 feet, but bang on for distance.
Chance now for another birdie. Oh my, that singes the right edge but doesn't go down. Just a tap in there for par at the 9th. That'll finish off a 29 on this front side, 7 shots under par. Starting off the backside here at St. Andrews with the 340-yard par 4 10th, named in honor of the great Bobby Jones, 1927 Open champion and 1930 amateur champion. Right center off the tee, ideal here. The fairway narrows around 280 yards, but the green is drivable.
Really starting to make a hard game look easy. Drive after drive has been superb. And this one, well, as we like to say, is in the mayor's office.
Okay, not a bad lead. That's a good shot. This from about 10 feet. Yeah, can't take those for granted. Good concentration there, and it's in for a birdie. Frank, number 11, the Eden, is really one of the more fascinating holes in all of golf.
Yeah, the 2 bunkers that the players normally worry about, Strath bunker in the front and the hill bunker to the left. What makes those 2 bunkers so difficult is the steepness of the faces in them.
Okay, a little beyond the hole, but a good shot, and a birdie attempt coming up. Now this for another birdie.
And players have an option to take less break by increasing the speed here.
Oh man, the speed was spot on. A good putt, but nothing to show for it. So the birdie not to be, and she'll brush that in for her par. Well, don't be fooled. It says only 316 yards on the card. This the 12th hole, but you can really end up in a ton of trouble here. Bunkers are hidden all over the fairway. If you want to get through this hole clean, probably take out the long iron and play it down the left side. That'll still give you a short approach in. Well, that's on a pretty good line so far. I mean, that is a sight to behold. What a spectacular shot we just saw on the par 4 with a drive in one. Yeah, and putts this long, so hard to gauge the speed, and that's maybe about what you'd expect. A dead-on look here for birdie. Yeah, walk that one right in. That's a good putt. And it's in for a birdie. Here's a great hole, the 13th. It's 418 yards. The key, and you can see it as plain as day, is to stay away from those coffin bunkers. They are nasty. The approach should be aimed right at the center of this gigantic double green. And that, a well-placed bunker. It'll collect plenty of shots just like that one as this indeed rolls into the sand.
That's a pretty good shot out of the fairway bunker, and it just nabs a piece of the green.
Chance now for another birdie. Just 5 feet left. Yep, good work not to let that get away, and that's in for a par. Frank, what are we looking at here at the big par 5 14th?
Out of bounds on the right, and those little series of pop bunkers called the birdies. Now, if you get in trouble here, you can bail out with your second shot down the left, which is the 4th fairway. That's one other option of playing this par 5. But a good tee shot, and you can certainly go at this for 2.
It all looks so simple when you're going good, doesn't it? And that is yet another solid drive. Now from way back, better than 300 yards, a second to the par 5. Third shot, looking for a good one.
That was a good strike. Took it straight at it too, that one bounce and check. Well played.
Okay, that nothing more than a tap-in, and that's how this round has gone. Just a sensational display so far. Arriving now at St. Andrews' infamous road hole, often considered the most difficult par 4 in golf. Tee shot has to fly the railway sheds and the grounds of the Old Course Hotel, landing on a narrow fairway beyond.
Once again, another great tee shot. I'm starting to wonder, how low can you go? And the driving has been simply superb. Imagine a miss club, because that ball sailed past the flag. Really just fortunate to stay on the back of the green.
Oh, how good is that? Those are the kinds of long-distance putts you'll see here in Scotland, and that was judged about as well as one can. So close to a birdie, but she'll be left shaking her head as she finishes that for a par. We begin the closing stretch here at St. Andrews at the challenging 381-yard par 4 16. Two options here. Play it safer and aim down the left side, avoiding a cluster of bunkers known as Principal's Nose, or aim right and risk going out of bounds. All right, in the fairway. Second shot straight ahead, and we go to Iona Stephen.
130 yards left to the flag. It's a nice round number. Pin, front right. It's a sneaky one.
Just needed that little bit more. I know it's 10 feet, but come on, I want it a little bit closer.
A very makeable 8-footer for birdie. Okay, just how you draw it up. That one in for a birdie. Frank, this really is an amazing hole, the road hole, 17 at the Old Course.
Yeah, the biggest problem really is the tee shot right in front of you. How brave are you? How much can you take it over the corner of that clubhouse? You'll see a sign in front of you, the Old Course Hotel. Ideally, you want to take it over the U in course, and that should find the center of the fairway. If you go a little further right of that, then you better hit it long. Really starting to make a hard game look easy. Drive after drive has been superb. And this one, well, as we like to say, is in the mayor's office.
Ah, beautifully done right there. That's how you keep good rounds going. A terrific putt to save par. Ah, yes, one of the most famous finishing holes in golf. 357-yard par 4 18th at St. Andrews. Aim the drive at the clock on the R&A clubhouse. And remember, the road here is an integral part of the course. Any ball that lands there must be played as it lies. Boy, she just seems to be on autopilot right about now. That, another good drive off the tee.
Oh, it was a good strike. I could tell that by the sound as the ball came off the club face. That little bounce and check, well done.
Now this for another birdie. Yeah, that's well played. It's a birdie at 18. And that won't quite get them into the 50s, but that's quibbling. This is a round of 60. Well, that'll wrap it up for us today. We saw a lot of great golf, Frank.
Yeah, the course was good. It was gettable for some, but in the end, it really gave you what you deserve, just the way we want it.
And that'll do it for our entire team. I'm Rich Lerner. Until next time.